What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today this is the first part of a multi-part series I am going to be constructing, and it is me building my 2025 USBC Open Championships arsenal. I'm going to take you through kind of the mental process that I am going to be going through to build my 6-ball arsenal to take to Baton Rouge. This is a video that I feel like a lot of people kind of ask for around this time of year, kind of building a bag for Open Championships. If you guys don't know what that is, it is, I guess, technically like the largest tournament that happens in America. It lasts for like 6 months, starts in March-ish, I guess, goes to July. That's not really 6 months, it's more like 4. But it lasts for a long time. A bunch of people from all around the country and outside of the country, they bowl. You bowl 3 games of team, 3 games of doubles, 3 games of singles, 9 games, you got your all events, and you can win Eagles. So we do it every year. This is like my 9th year going. So I'm just gonna take you guys through what balls I'm thinking about bringing. The main objective of each of these first few parts, as you see in the title, this is the urethane part. The objective of each part is to try and eliminate balls. We're not selecting per se, we're just trying to get rid of some that are under consideration. And then the last one, I will bring in all the balls that were under consideration and maybe some that need to be added in via drilling, or if I just didn't bring them to test. And then that will be the penultimate video where we decide what 6 balls we're going to take. But based off of my past few experiences at Open Championships, some things that went well, some things that didn't go well, I'm probably going to construct my arsenal a little bit differently this year. So nevertheless, let's get started. Let me introduce you guys to the urethane balls that are the candidates for 2025. So here we have them all. First up, this is my first ever IQ78U. I literally drilled it 4 days ago. This is my first 78U experience. Pitch black number 1, pitch black number 2. Drilled both of those for the tour my last year competing, so 2023. Those are a couple years old. The purple hustler, I think you guys have seen that one before if you are longtime viewers of the channel. A original blue hustler, and the oldie but goodie, the most senior bowling ball in this lineup. My first ever fast pitch from when they first came out back in like 2020, 2021. So there they are, they're the candidates. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna, I think, do one at a time. Obviously, I can't throw all 6 at once. I'm gonna pick one, talk to you about it, what I know about it, how I like to use it, what I plan on doing for the tournament potentially with each of these balls. I'm gonna throw them, you guys are gonna be able to see them. And we're just gonna figure it out from there. So let's go, we're gonna turn the lane on. I'm gonna start with the 78U first, I think. So I said I would never drill a 78U unless I was bowling a regional. Ever since it came out, never even thought about bowling a regional. But Darren insisted that this may be the play for Open Championships, considering how tight they are this year. Typically for myself, I end up trying to hook the urethane ball a little bit too much. So this one is supposed to go a little bit straighter because it is the hardest one. Kind of hurt. That's the hardest one out of them all. And it is drilled accordingly as well with a 5.5 inch pin with a 1.5 inch buffer. So the idea with this one is I can try and be firm, tumbly, kind of rifle it, not really separate the lane too much. And 2 urethane balls going in my 6-ball arsenal is under consideration. So we're gonna figure that out at some point, but I'm just gonna show you guys this ball. And I'm gonna kind of learn at the same time you guys do. I've only put like 3 or 4 shots on it. I would say it's probably technically the earliest, but the least amount of hook down the lane, which if you're trying to throw it hard and dart it right in front of you, kind of what you want. But I'm just gonna throw a flurry of shots for you guys, just so you guys can see the shape. Pleasantly surprised there with the IQ78U. You can see some I kind of bellied to the right just to see what it was going to do. Kind of thought they were going to 2-pin, but they hooked back. Full disclosure, not really sure what I'm bowling on. I'm led to believe it's some kind of medium pattern, so it's not a house shot. The firm dart looks really good with this ball. I like what it does. It kind of hooks in one spot and one spot only, which for trying to throw that firm dart, that's what I want. Had a lot of success with that kind of shot. in 2021, I think, at the Lubbock Sports Open. Came in like 6th place that year. Definitely in consideration for sure. But let's move on to one of the two balls I think are under the least amount of consideration, but we gotta test them because we have them. This first one, pitch black. Surprising you that I would say that these are not under consideration, but this is the, what I call the destroyer pitch black, the stronger of the two. This one, why I don't think it's likely it's gonna go, and why it hasn't gone in the past couple years, it kind of just hooks too much. Forces me too far left and then just kind of get away from it, but I'm just gonna show you guys kind of how it rolls. See, it didn't look like it from that shot, but it has a lot of, I'll say, under scratch on the surface. It's been hit with 220 quite a bit. It's obviously not fresh, but it just kind of hooks a lot. Here we go, another just flurry of shots with this pitch black. I know it's only 3 shots, but not really what I'm looking for in this kind of ball. This pitch black specifically is really good when I'm throwing it 12 miles an hour and trying to really hook the daylights out of a urethane ball. Not really what I want to do at Open Championships. That's a thing that's okay if you're bowling a tournament where you're moving every pair and you're just leaving that last pair in shambles. That will absolutely destroy a pair, especially for a lot of people that don't know how to handle a lot of carry down. We bowl with a lot of our buddies that are just bowling for fun, and I don't want to make the lanes too difficult, and I don't want to make them too difficult for myself. So pitch black number 1 is out, the destroyer pitch black, sadly. But we're gonna move on to the next one. So this one will have a much better chance than that one, but still just don't think it's what I'm looking for Open Championships specifically. I've had success with both of these in other competitions that I'm moving pairs, but so you saw the first destroyer pitch black. I started too far left, it didn't hook, and then I moved a little bit to the right, and it just got offline too early with those 2 other shots. So not really what I'm looking for. Like I said, if I'm trying to play the straight shot, I want to hook in one spot and dart at the pocket and go forward. That one just got really in between. Like I said, really good for slow hook in the lane. This one has a slightly weaker pin than the other one. This one, I don't know the exact numbers, finger method. This one goes quite a bit longer. And I don't know if you can see on the camera too. Can't really see it, but it's got the same kind of under scratch that the destroyer pitch black has as well. But this one goes quite a bit longer, quite a bit sharper on the back end too, which is also why I'm not really wanting to use this on at Open Championships, but gotta test them because we have them. So that was in the same spot. Probably didn't throw in the same spot as the bigger pitch black, but went a lot further down the lane, kind of what I expected, just not the window I want to see it in. But again, I'm going to throw you guys a few shots, really just get a sense for how this ball wants to be thrown currently. Just never really been in love with that pitch black to begin with. Goes a little bit too long for my liking. Snuggle up against the friction there. Does the same thing as the other pitch black. Gets offline too quick. Just again, the pitch blacks are laying a little too in between for what I want. And Open Championships is a little bit different as far as how to prepare the arsenal for it compared to when I'm bowling like 6-game, 5-game, 6-game, 8-game block tournaments where you're moving every pair. You can kind of cater your arsenal for a specific situation, because it's only 3 games and you're bowling on the same pair, so you really gotta think about how the pair is gonna break down. So I don't really wanna create too much lateral kind of direction and carry down with the urethane balls. The pitch black's great for, like I said, regular tournaments where I'm moving every pair and I can kind of move left with them. This situation, not gonna use them. Both pitch blacks I think are out. But now we're gonna use Trusty Rusty next. So like I said, the oldest of the bunch, and this one has gone to every Open Championships for like the last 4 years. It's a 20 serial number, so the ball's 5 years old. My first ever pitch black, or fast pitch, sorry. It's very dull because it's been hit with 500 a lot of times at Open Championships, and now it's just like dull forever, which is pretty cool. I feel like I can do a lot of things with this ball. This ball kind of hooks a lot, so it's kind of got the spot in the bag right now. But 2025, new year, new me, trying to play the lanes a little bit straighter, a little bit different, be a little bit better with my hand. So I'm just going to show you guys this fast pitch in that same spot, and then if it doesn't strike, we'll move around. That one, like visually, it does what I want it to do. It's picking up a little bit better than the pitch blacks, probably mainly because of the layout and the fact that it has like a forever amount of surface on it. This one, I have to throw a bit hard to play straight, but I can. But this one is very hookable, which is what I'm trying to get away from. But here we go. Again, just a flurry of shots. See the shape difference. Kind of ho-hum, kind of is what it is there. Lane's just starting to get a little tight down lane because I am just throwing urethane balls. They're going to snug them up quite a bit, but that's what I like from kind of my do everything urethane ball. I know I could throw that one slower and try and hook it a little bit. I moved off of where it was hooking early, and it was consistently getting to that light switcher zone. That's a spot I'd probably stay in on this lane for probably another game or so. So that one obviously still in contention. We love the fast pitch, love the fast pitch. But now it's probably the ones that interest you guys the most, the non-domestic releases, the overseas ones. We're gonna start with Old Bluey. No, this is not a grenade. Looks like one. The Blue Hustler. So obviously I have two. I have the purple and the blue. This one goes quite a bit straighter than the purple. And I don't think they're both full urethane balls, which makes them a little bit interesting. But I drilled this one in Korea. I like it. This one's very good for playing straight, but different from the 78U. It doesn't hook quite as early. It just kind of stays on line, which is, in a sense, kind of nice. But if they're as tight as I think they are at Open Championships this year, not sure this one will be the play for trying to dart it, because it's going to dart right into the 3/6 pocket. What I tell you, it's the straightest one out of the bunch. I actually think for this right now, because I actually moved back a little bit right from the fast pitch and it just stayed there, this would probably be the easiest one for me to throw, because I can just throw it right at it and it's whether it strikes or not. But again, just gonna throw some more for you guys. This one also was not super high on my considerations list, but I've never actually thrown all of these urethane balls at the same time. Just never dedicated the time to test them all like this. So this is really fun for me. Really love urethane balls, as you guys know. Probably the one that would strike the most on this. This is the one I've kind of got that last one and another one, I think, to that spot where the pitch blacks were hooking too early and overhooking from, and it just kind of stays there. That ball is fantastic when there's a lot of friction, high friction lane surfaces, and there's just a spot that bumps to the right. I can just get up against it, bump it in the front, and it just kind of goes straight into the pocket. But Open Championships, I don't believe it's just gonna have that free bump spot in the front. I gotta create that with either more surface, a ball that just naturally hooks earlier, yada, yada, yada. So I don't think the Blue Hustler is gonna make it to the final video. So we got the 78U and the fast pitch in contention. The last one, which to me is the most interesting out of them all, the Purple Hustler. This one is the most reactive feeling out of them all. It honestly probably is half reactive. I don't honestly know how much reactive is in this ball, but it's not a true urethane ball by any means. You'll see by the ball reaction. And this one, this is an X factor for the arsenal. It almost can work, I feel like, as like my solid, strong, symmetric ball. Hooks a lot down lane. Right off the rip, I'm gonna have to move left. I'll just let you guys enjoy the Purple Hustler. If you guys have seen this ball before on the channel, I used it in the Bingo Balls challenge with Chris. She hooks, she trucks. So, I'm gonna get like 6 left of the Blue Hustler. Looks like a reactive ball. I threw this on the fresh in our local association Masters tournament. It was 550 turning after the first 2, and I was sliding about 32 with it. I have to think about this ball a little bit different because it's not a full urethane ball, but it's great, it's cool, it's awesome. It's gonna make the cut to the last video no matter what. I'm just gonna say that, but I'm just gonna throw a bunch for you just so you can see it. You can see the last couple shots tame down a little bit. It does tame down once the oil gets on it. It does have that kind of urethane property, which is not one that I enjoy, but I kind of prepare for it. If I'm not gonna throw it immediately on the fresh, I'll throw it in like a shot in practice and just get some oil on it and don't wipe it off, just let it sit there. So I get the reaction that it's supposed to have when I do go to it, if I ever do. As you can see, that ball is a good 5-6 more than all the other ones. It's gonna be in contention for taking like a middle of the bag spot. I'm using it kind of as a reactive ball. I need to test it a lot more to really know what I can and can't do with it, to know its limits when they get a little tighter down lane. Because it does have a urethane-ish property. And you're probably asking why I don't have a level. Just, I think for the amount of juice that I think is out there, that ball is gonna go a little bit too long and doesn't hook quite as much as this Hustler to be able to use as like a simulated strong cover, low RG, high diff ball. It's not high diff by any means, still has a hustle core, but like doesn't flare a ton. But you can see how much I could shape it. So that will make the cut to the last video. So what we got, our last 3 standing, the IQ78U, 5.5 with an 1.5 buffer up there. You guys didn't see that in the beginning, but the CG's above the fingers. How cool is that? All reliable, super strong layout. That layout was from like 3 PAPs ago. And the tall pin Hustler. Those are the 3 making the cut to, I would say, through the semifinals of this video, I guess. Making it to the final Arsenal video. But that was a lot of fun, guys. You guys probably don't gain anything from this video as far as how it can help you at Open Championships. I would just take you along the journey. I thought it'd be a fun video to do, and I'm gonna do it again with my solid ASIMs. I'm gonna do it with my symmetric solids, and honestly not really sure how I wanna build my arsenal. I think I'm gonna have 2 of each, or 2 of something, as far as like a ball in a certain category, whether it be 2 urethanes, 2 solid ASIMs, 2 solid symmetrics. I'm gonna have some variation of that, which is very uncommon for me because like I preach in a lot of my arsenal building videos, and when people just ask me, you don't want overlap, but this is a very special kind of tournament where you just bowl 3 games on a pair for team, 6 games for minors, which is doubles and then singles. You can really try and cater your arsenal to a certain situation. I don't really think I need the low end, like if the lanes dry up kind of ball. So I'm gonna cater my arsenal to more of the beginning of the block where there's more oil, at least what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people starting and ending further right, which is exciting for me. I like that. I can really use my hand, use some of these balls that hook really early, and hopefully make something happen. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are looking forward to the next one. Please hit that like button. Please comment and subscribe. We are on the way to 50,000. That would be really cool. That's halfway to a silver button. It's gonna take me like a decade to get to the silver button, but I think we'll get there. Also, new TV Bowl and Splice chamois, more ergonomically efficient. Is that the right word? I don't know, but it's a circle rubber pad chamois, a lot like the Storm Premier chamois. Kind of just fits in your hand like that. We have the blue with the red, and then we have an all black one available only in store, either at the HP location here or Holiday, and online. Those are the only places you can get them. The link is down in the description below for our website, tvbowandsupply.com. Get them while supplies last, because we won't have them forever. Once they're gone, unless Chris decides to make more of them. But TV Bowl and Supply, Shamey's the new ones. We are out of the squares, we are into the circles. But that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Urethane balls, fast pitch, IQ 78U, Purple Hustler, into the cut, and we'll see you in the next one.